the human brain is kind of a safe, and if I'll have the master key that opens every safe, I'll be able to know not what you think, but how you think. So I'm not reading what you're thinking of.
Okay.
I'm reading how you think. I'm using techniques that it's either me putting something inside your head, that's while using techniques as NLP and suggestion, or taking that thought, such as while using body language, reading, statistics sometimes. Sometimes I do guess and have good intuition, and that with misdirection, stage present, jokes, all of them together helps me. Sometimes hypnosis helps me to get the illusion of the sixth sense. Keep fighting, keep doing what you love, and just say thank you.
Hello and welcome to the ILTV Podcast. I'm Maayan Hoffman, Executive Editor of ILTV, and we're so happy to have you, our viewers and our listeners. Now, I have with me somebody totally dynamic and totally different today than we've ever had on the ILTV Podcast. We have Nevo Abutbul, who is considered the world's youngest mentalist. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
For sure. So I want to get started, by just trying to understand a little bit of the history behind this, because when could you actually discover that you could read people's minds, that this was a skill that you had?
So I was always kind of a weird kid. I always knew that I am going to be a mentalist. I always felt that I want to read people's mind. I want to know what is behind every thought that a person have. And I was kind of weird, as I said. When my friend went to play soccer, I stayed home. I was telling my sister, okay, think of a color, let me try to guess it. I was walking down the class, asking random students, okay, give me a color. And I was writing. 30 people said blue, 4 people said red, and trying to do statistics. So I just tried again and again and practice more and more until I figured out to understand that the human brain is kind of a safe. And if I'll have the master key that opens every safe, I'll be able to know not what you think, but how you think. So I can either manipulating you or take that thought from your head.
Wow, it's super crazy. I mean, a mentalist, though, is so you read people's thoughts. Is that, when you think about ChatGPT today, you put in what is, I don't know, what color is the most common, you're talking statistics. Is this a science or an art?
So it's science and art together. That's what
Okay.
I consider it, science and art, because there is a lot of science in mentalism. Body language reading, suggestion, sometimes hypnosis when I'm performing outside Israel, because in Israel it's illegal. We can talk about that
I
later.
didn't know
Yeah,
that.
the only country in the world. We can talk about it later.
Okay.
But so there's a lot of techniques that involve science, but I do consider it as art because many mentalists can guess the name of your first kiss or first teacher. But to do it as I'm doing it, with the storytelling, with the jokes, with the right vibe, and for me, just entertainment. So every part of entertainment, every segment of entertainment, for me, that's art also. So it's both of them.
And when you described yourself as a weird kid, I mean, what did people make fun of you? Did you have friends when you were young if you were doing this instead of playing soccer?
So if you ask, I don't know, many mentalists in the world, actually 90% of them, they would have said no. That they're always outside of all the community, but not me. I was always around people. I had many friends. No one didn't they didn't laugh at me or something because I used those techniques to create some friends. And that self-confidence that I managed to build through and because of those mentalism acts really helped me into in the social world. So if I want to meet a new friend, I would say, hey, let me show you something cool. And that's still what I'm doing today. If I'm going to a restaurant and I'm seeing someone, I don't know, maybe it's a famous person or an influencer that can tag me on a story and can be beneficial for me, or just someone I want to talk to, I can say, hi, nice to meet you. My name is Nevo. I'm a mentalist. Can I try to read your mind real quick? And everybody will say yeah, because it's entertainment. People like that.
And people think you won't be able to do it, but then you defy them.
Exactly. And for me, it's fun, just making people feel good, make them laugh while being blown away. So that's a good way to create more friends, and that helped me to build my self-confidence.
Well, and obviously you were a very gutsy child because you forged your parents' signature in order to get onto America's Got Talent. So,
Israel's Got Talent.
Israel's Got Talent, I'm sorry. So tell me about that, and were your parents upset?
So they weren't upset. They always saw me as a kid that if he wants something, he will get that. It doesn't matter. If he'll close the door, I'll break it. And And that's what I did. Like, I wanted to be on that show. They didn't want me to be there, not because they didn't like support me, just because they were worried. 12 years old child from Nahariya, it's the like north side of Israel. It's a small city. To drive to Tel Aviv to do the TV show, and I don't know, they had those like they were scared. Maybe I'll grow up and I'll be sorry that I did it. Like I said, I was young, I was stupid. But for me, that was my dream, and I knew that I'm gonna do it. So if I needed to fake their signatures to get inside, I did it. But after that, they let me. So they weren't upset, they were happy. And me being like really enthusiastic about what I'm doing, really got them to really believe and start supporting as they support today. So today they are like, my father is flying with me when I'm performing abroad. My mother quit her job to be with me in the business. So they are really supportive. And I think that the main thing that got them to be in that position is only like me showing them that it's not just a dream that I'm dreaming of during the night. It's a dream that I'm waking up and doing something for it.
Wow. And how old are you now?
I'm 21.
Wow, so it's like it's amazing. And at 12, you were already on Israel's Got Talent. When they became supportive, did they drive you to Tel Aviv from Nahariya, or did you have to
Yes,
take them
in the end, in the finals, they did.
Okay, good. At least that's.
Yeah.
So what was the experience like that, being on TV at that age? And, you said you had a lot of confidence, but it's got to be very scary. Like, most of the people on there are not so young, and you're around a lot of big, names and potential big names.
So you're right, 100%. Like, it's an important question, just because I wasn't scared at all. The stage is the most comfortable place for me. When I'm on stage, it doesn't matter if it's 4 people in the audience or 4,000 people in the audience. I'm not scared. I'm having fun. For me, that's not even work. Like, I'm doing what I like. I'm so passionate about it, so I'm just feeling good. But I think that dealing with that wasn't that easy. And at the moment, I couldn't say it. When I was 12, I said, oh, that's fun. Like, I'm quite famous. People know me. People want to take a picture. I'm like became the star of the school. But when I grew up, I managed to see the disadvantages in that, I can say, fame, kind of fame. Many of like school trips, I didn't went there just because I had to perform. I was flying back and forth during the school. It didn't hurt me on school, but on the social side, like friends and stuff, my friends were like, they used to go out every weekend. I couldn't. I had a tour in Dubai every weekend. I did 4 shows, so I was always in Dubai.
When you were in middle school?
No, like in
high school?
High school, yeah, high school.
Wow.
So.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you kind of missed your high school years.
Exactly. So I kind of missed those years. I'm not like, it's not a regret. I'm not regretting that I did it, but I do see it as something like, okay, I need to remember where I'm from. I need to remember and know like what I lost during that way, and to wake up every day knowing what you're going to lose in the way of fulfilling your dream and choosing that. So that's important for me.
Yeah, it's interesting. And how did a boy from Nahariya get English as good as yours?
So first of all, thank you. Thank you. I always knew that that I am like, that one of my biggest dream was always, since I'm 12, to perform in America, to perform in the US, to represent Israel, to share my story, to inspire people. And I knew that like the most important skill that I need to learn is English. So after the Israel's Got Talent, I started to get some money. I'm performing, I'm getting paid for that. All of the money that I like managed to earn, I invested on English lessons. So I did like a full year, every week, 3 lessons, every lesson 2 hours, just talking in English.
Wow.
At the age of 12. And it was so important for me just to keep practicing. And then there was a certain point in high school that I did like talking on the phone programs and things like that. So I knew that I am going to need it, and I worked hard into getting it, and I'm still like practicing. I'm still taking lessons, still doing like accent lessons and practicing. So it's very important for me.
Wow, yeah, it's very impressive. Now, Uri Geller here in Israel is at least considered the godfather of the mental
in the world,
maybe even the world, right? Now, he's recognized you. He actually has complimented you and said you're an up-and-coming star. So, I mean, how does that feel for you to be recognized by somebody like him in the field that you're not only going into, but you're already in?
Feeling blessed, very thankful. Uri is like, if I'll put aside his amazing career and what he did and the way he affected the mentalism industry, putting that aside, he's an incredible person. He's such a like humble and nice guy, always supporting the other generation, always want everyone to succeed, and I do respect that. I met him when I was 11 and showed him some stuff. By the way, like, I just sent him an email. Like, I was the guy from Nairobi sending him an email. Hi, I'm a mentalist, a young mentalist. I want to meet you. And that's Uri Geller. Like, that's a guy that performed all around the world. He's super rich. He's super well known, super famous. And it was like a weird move from me, to expect that someone like Uri Geller will answer to you. That's what are the odds? That's rare. But I did it, and we met. And during that meeting, he just said, be a nice kid, always be nice to everyone, smell good, look good, do the army, finish school, learn in the academy after that. Like, he really protected me and gave me tools and values that he managed to pick up during his way to fulfilling his dream. Because he said, like, I know you're talented, I know you will succeed. Let's talk about what's really important in life. And I really respect that. I'm really thankful for it. We're still in connection, talking almost every week. He's a great guy, and I'm really thankful being able to walk on, like, after his footsteps.
And do you think one day you'll be bigger or better than him?
I just want to be Nevo. Like, many people ask me if you want to be like him, like another mentalist. I just want to be Nevo. I want to do it my way. I want to represent Israel, always saying that I'm Jewish, that I'm from Israel, showing that, always being nice to people, inspiring people, show them that it doesn't matter how old are you, where you are from, what's your financial situation. Even if you're 40 and you want to change your job and just go for your dream, do it. I was a simple kid from the north side of Israel, and I had a dream. And I worked really hard, real hard. People just see me now performing, flying back and forth, think that was easy. It wasn't easy. There are many, like, crises and like, important moments during the way that really designed me and who I am today. And I'm thankful for everything.
Want to describe one of those moments?
One of those moments, yeah, I would love to. So when I was 14, after Israel's Got Talent, I went into the finals, and many TV shows in Israel just called me, come to my show, let's do a talk show. And I started being a little bit famous here, and the video of my act in Israel's Got Talent went popular on YouTube. So they contacted me from America's Got Talent when I was 14, almost 15. And they said, okay, we want you on an audition. So they flew me over to Vegas to do an audition. I did the audition. I passed the audition, and then I did another one, and then I did a meeting with a producer. Everything was like ready for me to perform on that show. And then I had to come back to Israel to bring more equipment, to do rehearsals, and a month after to go on TV, to do it live. And then COVID hit, and the pandemic started. And for me as a young child, like, that was my dream. Americans Got Talent. That was the biggest stage and the most important thing that I can do for my career. And without my control, like, I didn't affect anything to get that in that situation, but just COVID messed things around a little bit. I was disappointed. I was sad as a young child to deal with it. It's not easy, but I took it to another direction, and I said, okay, so now I'm 2 weeks in my bed. I can cry forever, but I have to, like, I don't have anything to do to change it. It's not me, it's God. He controls everything, and everything happens for a reason. And I think that God placed me in that position because he wants me there, and I'm thankful for it every single day. And what I did is just I opened the podcast called Lead It, about fulfilling dreams and dealing with failures, managing your time, networking, all of those techniques that I managed to learn doing my way. We can talk about it later. Yeah. And I just met with young teenagers, gave them what I managed to learn, did good. And I know that at some point I'll be on American's Got Talent. And I don't know if it's still one of my goals because I am performing in America. I am doing TV there, but maybe just to do like a checked.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's great. Wow, it's amazing you got COVID and it didn't impact your thoughts or your ability to do this work. So you're very lucky, I guess, in some ways as well.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you, I'm a little nervous sitting here interviewing you because I'm like, is he reading my mind? What is he thinking that I'm thinking right now? I mean, mentalism is a lot of psychology and other things as well. So talk to me a little bit about just how mentalism works. We spoke about sort of the science and the art, but tell me what you're actually doing.
So I'm not reading what you're thinking of.
Okay.
I'm reading how you think.
Okay.
And the process of thinking, that's something really interesting. And I'm using techniques that it's either me putting something inside your head, that's while using techniques as NLP and suggestion, or taking that thought, such as while using body language, reading, statistics sometimes. Sometimes I do guess and have good intuition. And that with misdirection, stage present, jokes, all of them together helps me. Sometimes hypnosis helps me to get the illusion of the sixth sense and getting people to believe that I can read people's mind.
But you can't really read people's minds?
No, of course not. I would have said immediately where are the hostages. I would have said, I don't know, I would win the lottery numbers.
Right.
But I can't. But I am able to do things that other people not able to do. But it's just something that I managed to learn. And for me, it's like, many people ask me, can anyone be a mentalist? And my answer is not really, because it's like soccer. You can learn to play soccer. You won't be Messi.
Right.
So you can learn NLP, suggestion, body language reading, all of those psychological techniques, but combining all of them, standing on the stage, doing it the way I'm doing it, not everyone can do. And because I managed to find my destiny, I can call it destiny, at such a young age, that's why I'm like very driven to show everyone to look for their goals, dreams, destiny, to see what they're good at, what they want to achieve, and to force them to do it. Because you can wake up, go to work, I don't know, 8 till 4, do something that you don't like, you'll be sad. And if you're doing what you like, for me, I'm not working. I'm running a business since I'm 14, and I'm not working. I'm just doing what I love, doing what I'm passionate about. It's really in my veins. And what's hard for me, it's the logistics, that's how you say it, like flying back and forth, all of those invoices, those kind of things. Performing, it's the most fun thing that I can do to myself. If I'm sad, I really want to perform. If I'm happy, I want to perform. If I'm sick, when I'm performing, that's it, it's gone.
Wow. And do you ever accidentally use any of these techniques to like get out of trouble or convince somebody to do something maybe they wouldn't have wanted to do?
Depends who is listening to the podcast.
Well, it's got a pretty wide audience. But,
yeah, it is. So I'm not using it into bad intentions, first of all, never. But sometimes, because it's a part of me, like I'm Nevo. I'm not Nevo the mentalist. I'm Nevo, and a part of me is mentalism. Like I'm doing those acts every day when I'm going to a bar, when I'm sitting with my friends, and when I'm meeting new people. So it is part of me. And I'm always analyzing because that's really deep inside me. So I'm analyzing the thought. If I'm talking to someone, I am analyzing what he's saying, why he's saying that, why he said it that way and not this way. When I'm trying to convey a message and trying to persuade people sometimes into my opinion, it can be a debate, something. But I am using those techniques in everyday basis, and I am trying to teach those techniques to other people, to all of the audience in the world, because I think we can be better people. I think we can be like more persuasive, more like better communicators. So if you know how to communicate better, you'll have more quiet and calm life with your girlfriend, in your job. You can be better at job interviews. You can be better when you're solving, I don't know, something that bad happened, maybe a fight that happened with you and your friends. So I think that those techniques really help on every day, and I am using them, but not for bad intentions.
So how am I doing now with my interview?
You're doing great.
Yeah, I'm
You're
good
doing
at it.
great.
Am I okay?
Yes, of course. Of course.
Thank you. Well, let me ask you this. You've performed all over the world, as you mentioned. I mean, from Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Dubai,
Singapore, Panama,
everywhere, all over the world.
Yeah.
I mean, so is there anywhere specific that you've been, 21, to be so many places that really stood out, or an audience that really impacted you?
100%. Israel, my period in the army.
And I was going to ask you the next. When were you in the army? Just recently, it must have been.
I finished the army 2 weeks ago.
Whoa.
And my birthday was a week ago. And tonight I'm flying to the next chapter in my life. So it's really an intense month.
That's crazy. So what did you do in the IDF? Just to go back for a
So
minute.
when I was 18, in Israel it's mandatory to serve, and my father served. He was a Sgan Aluf, very high position in the army, and my sister also was in the intelligence. So really, all of my family is about the army, and I knew that I am going to draft and going to serve. It was very important to me. But there's a thing called talent roll in the army. Every year, 3 people gets it. And basically what you're doing is using your talent for good intentions and good things that you can do with that talent. So first of all, the IDF kind of used my platforms, social media, TV shows, everything that I did. I was a part of the IDF, talking about the IDF. I was always representing the IDF as a soldier. That's the first thing I did. The second thing I did is perform for soldiers. So almost every day, sometimes 2 times a day, I went to a base, went to a camp, went to places all around Israel, really all around Israel, the north side, the south side, everywhere, performing, meeting soldiers, meeting fighters, giving them 45 minutes of escapism, break, just have fun, being blown away, disconnect from all of the pressure and stress that you're dealing with, especially in the war. And I can tell you that I met amazing soldiers. I can tell that we have such a great people in the IDF, and it was an honor for me to perform in front of them, our fighters. They are really heroes, and that was the most interesting and fulfilling thing that I've ever did. So I performed really all around the world, important people, presidents, mayors, you can name it. But for performing in front of our soldiers, the most important thing I've ever did.
Could they not tap into your talents? For example, you mentioned the hostages, like negotiations, sitting around the tables. If you've got these skills, could the army not have used those in other ways as well?
So I'm not really allowed to talk about those kind of things. It's not a superpower that they can use.
Okay.
But some of my psychological techniques can help in some ways. And I'm not allowed to say if I
you've
did
ever
it or
been
not.
around the table or not, I can't know that information.
Exactly. But what I did in the army was 100% entertainment, performing, doing good things. That's it.
That's all we can talk about.
That's what I'm going to give you.
I should have expected that answer, but anyway, thank God they're all back now. So are all the live hostages.
Yes.
Now, you are, as you mentioned, moving to the United States today. I mean, this is going to come out in a few days, but we're talking on a day that you're actually getting on an airplane to build your life there. It's a lifelong dream, from what I understand. What are you hoping to achieve when you're there? How long are you planning to stay? I mean, hearing you're passionate about Israel, it's almost hard to believe that you're moving to the States.
So I'm not saying moving to the States,
Okay.
just because Israel is my home. I'm an Israel citizen. That's my country. That's what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. I love to perform in the States. I love to represent Israel. I love to talk with people about Israel. I'm very passionate about it, almost as I'm passionate about being a mentalist. And for me, getting there, first of all, there are more opportunities in the US, you know that.
Of course, bigger country.
Exactly, bigger country, many opportunities that I can use, many TV shows that I haven't been on. I've almost every TV show in Israel, and there, no. So I did a few TV shows, and of course that the dream is Vegas. The dream is Vegas. That's like the holy grail of mentalists and magicians.
My parents just moved there. I'll have to tell them.
Really?
Yeah.
So I would love that. I would
That's
love that
super
to
cool.
go there, perform. I used to perform there, but not as a residency. I did a residency in Dubai when I was 17, living there for 3 years. The first Israeli they did after the Abraham Accords was the first Israeli that did a tour in Dubai. I was living there for 3 months. Every weekend, 4 shows. Each shows 600 people, sold out. It was crazy. As a 17 years old, it was wild, exactly. And so now I'm just going for a period of time. I don't know how long it's going to be. Of course, I'm going to visit Israel. That's my country. That's where my main business is. I have still shows here, and I will go back and forth. Okay. I'm just going to stay there for a little while, doing performances, making people feel good, and having fun. I'm 21. I'm going with my girlfriend there just to have fun, exploring the city. I love New York. It's like kind of my second home. I love the place, the vibe, the people, the the tempo. It's very like high tempo, and I love it. I love when people is very straight and very focused on work. Everybody wants to collaborate, to work together. I love those kind of things.
Wow, incredible. Well, we'll definitely be watching from here and seeing what you do there in Vegas. Now, I was reading about you, and it said you either have a book or a book's about to come out that you've written. What is that book, and what is it about?
So I wrote a book.
Okay.
It's ready.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the right time to publish it. Now the goal, like what we are aiming is December, the end of December, because I'm going to be in Israel for shows. So to publish it and to launch it in December.
Is it in Hebrew?
It's in Hebrew.
Okay.
I am going to translate it to English and to sell it. But the name of it is Mentalist.
Ah, wow.
So it's the list that I created. And it's not a long book, but it's 10 stories from my way, from my journey, short stories, and then I analyze the story, getting a tool from it that I've managed to learn, and then showing how everyone can use that tool in their life. Some of them are mentalism secrets, psychological techniques. Some of them is like time management, dealing with failures, how to pick your friends, how to manage your time, networking. It's the most, that's my favorite part in the book, the networking episode. So it's really things that I've learned, that I mastered during my way, and it's an advice, and also funny stories, something really interesting. It's not a long book. It's going to be out, I think, December. I'm going to launch it, and I'm very excited for it. I was always saying that I want to write a book, that I want to create something that, first of all, will be something for me. And I can tell that that process of writing what happened since the age of 12 until being 21, finishing the army, that was intense. Like I managed to do a lot of things, and the process of writing it really made me feel good. Because you never stop. When you're fighting after your dream and you go a dream after the other, you never stop to see what I did. Wow, like, Nevo, good job. You did good, continue. You managed to deal with a lot of failure, to a lot of, I don't know, things during the way that tried to get you in trouble, and you managed to deal with it, you managed to get where you want to be. Keep fighting, keep do what you love, and just say thank you.
So we're going to run out of time, and that's a very inspiring thought for a final question. But I want you to do some kind of trick. Can you
Of course,
do something with me?
Let's do something.
Okay.
So we start with a warm-up.
Okay.
I want to do something like that. So I brought a dice. That was the first thing I've ever did. That's how I started in the mentalism industry.
Okay.
So I want you to take the dice, and I want you to put it on the table. So there's a dice here, 1 to 6. Pick a number, place it face up, and cover it. Make sure I can't see.
That you can't see what number I
Exactly. Just put it on the table. I'm not going to
Okay.
see. Let me know when you've done it.
I got it.
You happy with the number?
Yeah, it's cool.
Do you know what the number is?
I do.
Look at me. Just think of it.
Okay.
Okay, so just think. I think by any chance that you begin with the number 2.
Yes.
Open your hand. That's the number 2. Let's do it again. Change it to another number. Make sure I can see.
Okay, done.
Have you done it?
I've done it.
Look at me directly in the eyes. Take a deep breath.
Okay.
6.
Yeah.
That's a 6.
Yeah.
That's the second time, but it's only 1 to 6. Let's do something more interesting.
Okay.
You can put it over there. I want you to think. Open your cell phone, please, if you can. Go
Okay.
on Safari, and I want you to search something. I told you to think about something very, like, rare, not something predictable. You've got something. You searched it.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so it's something unpredictable. You could think of anything. Someone's famous, a place, an item, whatever you want. You have something in your
got
mind.
it, yeah.
Look at me. I'm going to write something. I'm not sure. I think it's not a place, and it's not someone's famous. I think it's an item, right?
Yeah.
Kind.
It was just the first thing that came to mind, and I don't know why.
I think I got it the right way. Yeah. So I'm gonna do it like that. Okay. For the first time, I wrote it here. What did you think of?
A can of Coke. Oh my God, that's crazy.
A can of Coke.
Cannot believe it.
Show me the picture.
Yep, there it
We can
is.
show it to the camera.
Yeah, let's show it to the camera. I don't know how to get it there on the screen. I don't know.
Over there.
There we go.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's crazy. Unbelievable.
And I brought you as a present a can of... No, just kidding, just kidding.
That would have been too cool.
Exactly.
Anyway, we're going to
Next
finish
show.
up. So I want to ask you just this last thing to wrap us
course.
up. You know, people are going to walk away from this and they're going to have one thought that stays with them from this whole half-hour discussion. What is that final sentiment that you want to make sure that people remember about you or what you're doing? And
I want to say two things.
Okay.
First of all, go after your dreams. Doesn't matter where you're from, what you're doing, what your age. Just fight for your dreams. Do what you love. Do what you like. Wake up being so passionate about what you're going to do this day that you'll be happy every day, and always keep thinking good and positive thoughts no matter what happens in life. Always good, always positive thoughts, because you can never know who might be reading them. Maybe me.
beautiful. Well, Nevo, thank you so much for joining
Thank you
today.
for having me. Really, I had a great time. Thank you for your time.